When I first started covering Ohio State in 1987, you could talk to Ohio State players, any player you wanted, 6 days a week. The only day you couldn't talk to them was the Friday before a game. You could walk into the Woody Hayes Athletic Center and wait in the hallway, hang out there after practice, get them coming off the field or get them coming out of the locker room on their way home. You had access to players. That has since changed to the point where you get Ohio State players, you get who they will willingly bring you on Tuesday and Saturday.
Wait a minute. Go through that again. What do you mean?
I mean, you can request a player, but if they don't want to give you that player, they're not going to bring him out and make him available. Coming off the field after practice, you're not allowed to grab guys. You're certainly not allowed in the facility at all. In the hallway where the players go, you're taken to an area away from the players so they can leave the locker room and go to their cars. And this is the same around the country. I don't mean to pick on Ohio State. There are very few places.
So that's standard practice now?
Absolutely. Standard practice
The
now.
team decides?
The team decides.
Who the press will talk to?
The SID will decide, Sports Information Director will decide who they want to make available. The year Troy Smith won the Heisman, 2006, I think Troy Smith was available, other than game day, they made Troy available maybe 4 or 5 times throughout the season. I've made the point on Terrell Pryor before that Terrell Pryor is the most talked about, least interviewed player in the history of college football. He was talked about from the day he said he was coming to Ohio State, but his freshman year he was off limits to the media the entire time except after games, and then he had a babysitter, a coach sitting next to him while he talked to players, or while he talked to reporters. So they are extremely guarded, and the biggest misnomer in journalism is sports information director. They're not about information, they're about disinformation, and they're basically about protecting the university and protecting their players and keeping them away from the big evil media, which really, as I said before, with the fan sites, really isn't evil at all, because if those guys were to come out, they would be painted in the best possible light by 90% of the people who quote-unquote cover the team.
Well, what's to prevent you? You're a journalist. Just call the player.
You can do that, and then when you do, you can have your credential yanked. You can have what little access you have completely denied.